Welcome back to our channel, Tech Enthusiasts. Today we're diving into the world of photography and videography with best Sony cameras of 2025. Whether you're a professional photographer, a videographer, or just a hobbyist, Sony has something spectacular for you this year. Let's get started. Number 5. Sony ZV-E1. For vloggers and content creators, the Sony ZV-E1 is essentially a one-stop shop. While other manufacturers have begun to produce vlog-specific cameras, Sony is the first to create a dedicated vlogging camera with a full-frame sensor. Despite the budget, this camera is designed for the lone wolf YouTuber. With excellent AI-enabled framing and autofocus assistance capabilities that are ideal for single-camera operators. Aside from that, it inherits the sensor from the high-end Sony A7 IV and works admirably in low light. This is a small video powerhouse with in-body image stabilization, a strong internal directional mic, internal 10-bit 4:2:2 recording, and a plethora of image profiles and codecs. If you aren't aiming to create a career out of YouTube, the more affordable Sony ZV-E10 listed above may be all you need. The Sony ZV-E1 is the company's first full-frame interchangeable lens vlogging camera, replacing the Sony ZV-E10. It looks very much like a larger ZV-E10, with a fully articulated touchscreen, no viewfinder, and a stereo mic built into the top plate, with a touch of DNA from the compact Sony 7C, and it builds on the foundation the ZV-E10 laid as a dedicated vlogging alternative to Sony's Alpha lineup. Inside, however, is a 12-megapixel sensor comparable to those found in Sony's resident full-frame video and cinema powerhouses, the Sony 7S IV and the Sony FX3. This, combined with a powerful autofocus system and a slew of AI-enabled features aimed at making high-level video creation as accessible as possible, positions this as the go-to camera for people interested in a YouTube career. The Sony ZV-E1 is an excellent choice for vacation photography, particularly if you don't mind shooting without a viewfinder. It's quite compact and portable for a full-frame camera. Number 4. Sony ZV-E10. Sony's ZV-E10 camera is the greatest budget model in the company's collection. While it was developed with vloggers in mind, it's a fantastic value camera that also works well for photography if you don't mind foregoing a viewfinder. It has a sensor similar to the Sony 6400 and a completely articulated screen that allows you to monitor yourself while recording or taking selfies. A better internal microphone and a headphone jack are also included. While it is designed for video, it is just as capable in the photo department as its alpha brothers, with excellent overall image quality and fast burst shooting. The battery life is also quite good. Although its autofocus is less stable than that of higher-end Sony cameras, it is still highly effective in general. Finally, if you don't mind not having a viewfinder, this is an excellent low-cost alternative for nudies and vloggers. The Sony ZV-E10 is a low-cost vlogging camera. It's designed for YouTubers and content creators who wish to film vlogs without breaking the budget, with internals similar to the Sony 6100 and dedicated vlogging capabilities like the Sony ZV1, including a fully articulated screen, vlogging mic, and no viewfinder. It's a decent compromise between the tiny ZV1 and the full-frame Sony ZV-E1, with a more portable design and more lens flexibility than the latter. The Sony ZV-E10 is fantastic for vlogging, which is not surprising given that this is its primary purpose. The camera has a completely articulated screen that allows you to monitor your own performance while filming. If you don't have a tripod or a shooting grip, the camera's hand grip is reasonably flat and easy to hold in a selfie posture. The camera also features a fantastic autofocus system that tracks faces well in video, and video quality is generally high. However, noise and low light is an issue. Unfortunately, there is a significant rolling shutter effect in 4K, which might distort straight lines in the background while vlogging while moving. The Sony ZV-E10 is an excellent choice for studio video. In more regulated lighting circumstances, video quality is acceptable, but it suffers a little in low light. The camera has multiple picture profiles and log recording profiles, so you can customize the look of your film to your liking. Number 3. Sony A6400. The Sony 6400 is a real mid-range alternative, situated between the more expensive Sony 6600 and the less expensive Sony 6100. It lacks image stabilization like the 6600, but it has a higher resolution viewfinder and a sturdier housing than the 6100, providing a fair mix of features and price. These cameras have beginning to show their age, having far less video features than the Sony 6700 mentioned above. However, these cameras can still produce stunning images, especially when coupled with high-quality lenses. They're also perfectly ideal for more informal video work and vlogging, and they're pretty portable, so you can take your camera wherever you go. The Sony A6400 is an excellent choice for trip photography. It's lightweight and well-made, with some weather sealing for added peace of mind when shooting outside. In comparison to other mirrorless cameras, the battery life is also fairly good. Image quality is generally outstanding, and it has an excellent autofocus system that can track subjects without difficulty. However, its ergonomics and user interface aren't the most user-friendly. The Sony A6400 is ideal for landscape photography, particularly if you want a more portable APS-C camera. It's well-made, portable, and weather-resistant, making it ideal for outdoor shooting sessions in isolated areas. Overall image quality is likewise remarkable, with a wide dynamic range that brings out more highlight and shadow detail in high-contrast scenes. However, its user interface is not particularly user-friendly. The Sony A6400 is an excellent choice for recreational sports and wildlife photography. The image quality is excellent, and it boasts a snappy and fairly reliable autofocus system that keeps up with fast-moving subjects. It also has a relatively rapid maximum burst rate for capturing successive instances of fast activity. However, while it has a pretty substantial buffer, it takes a long time to clear if you manage to load it up, which can significantly slow you down. Number 2. Sony A6700. If the Sony 7 IV is out of your price range, the Sony 6700 is an excellent method to save money. This APS-C hybrid camera is one of the most capable mid-range versions available, with a more portable size than the high-end 7 IV mentioned above. With a new, higher resolution sensor, more processing power, and remarkable video features including 4K video at up to 120 fps and internal 10-bit log recording, it greatly outperforms the older Alpha's 6X00 series cameras, more on them below. In addition, the camera has an effective IBIS system and Sony's most advanced autofocus technology, with AI-driven subject identification and tracking. Consider the Sony 7C IV if you want a comparably small chassis but want a full-frame sensor. It has the same sensor as the 7 IV above, as well as the new AI processor found in the 6700, and is housed in an astonishingly small full-frame housing, making it one of the finest Sony cameras for photography if you need something portable. However, it will cost you more than the $6,700. The Sony A6700 is an excellent choice for trip photography. It's reasonably small and portable, with outstanding ergonomics and a long battery life. It's also a really well-made camera, having a weather-sealed body to keep out factors like rain and dust. The image quality from its APS-C sensor is superb, and the camera boasts an excellent image stabilization technology that allows you to shoot handheld at slower shutter speeds. It also features an excellent autofocus system that tracks moving targets quite effectively, even in busy environments. However, its viewfinder isn't the most user-friendly. The Sony A6700 is an excellent landscape camera. Its APS-C sensor captures great overall image quality, and there are a plethora of native and third-party lens options for Sony's E-mount. Number 1. Sony A7 IV. The Sony 7 IV is our favorite Sony Alpha camera. It is a true hybrid camera that can do everything. It boasts a high dynamic range for high-contrast pictures and a 33-megapixel sensor for more cropping options. Although it does not have the quickest burst rate when shooting uncompressed RAW files, sports and action photographers will be hard-pressed to find a faster and more accurate autofocus system. Aside from that, the 7 IV is a video powerhouse, with high bit rates for greater video quality, no recording time limit, and plenty of frame rate settings to shoot everything from cinematic footage to slow motion. including fork at 60 fps with an APS-C crop. Guys, that concludes our top 5 best Sony cameras of 2025 list. All product links are in the description, which is updated with the lowest prices. Subscribe to our channel for more videos. Until then, we'll see you in the next video.